Hello everybody! Today's video is going to be pretty straightforward. I get a lot of questions regarding my camera equipment. So I figured I'll dedicate an entire video just going through all the gear I use. So I usually just have two setups depending on what I'm doing. If I'm just vlogging or shooting photography, I'll use my Canon EOS R. I've been using this camera a lot recently because I like that it's full frame and the form factor in my opinion is perfect. Like all Canons, it's built extremely well and the color production out this camera is amazing. The flip screen is also a plus. When it comes to lenses, I'm usually bouncing between three different lenses: a 35mm f1.4, 85mm f1.4, and the 16-35 f2.8 you saw earlier on the EOS R. You'll see me use this one mainly for vlogging and shooting rollers because the focal length is nice and wide and I can still zoom into 35mm in a pinch if need be. My favorite lens is my 85mm. At f1.4, this focal length looks super cinematic and the bokeh is buttery smooth. Whether it's random b-roll, taking portraits, I can always count on this lens to make my images stand out. My 35mm is also used a lot, especially when filming cars at a medium length. I can always count that the image is going to look crisp and natural. The key to achieving nice bokeh in your footage is using ND filters. I have a 6-stop ND filter plus a circular polarizer for each lens I own. Since I use lenses with low minimum aperture, using at least a 3-stop or 6-stop ND filter allows me to lower my aperture, thus creating more depth of field in my shots. As you lower your aperture, you're also letting in more light into your sensor, so without these filters, you won't be able to achieve the proper look, especially during the day. When shooting cars or anything shiny, a circular polarizer is key to eliminating most reflections and also produce better colors. I shelled out a good chunk of money on B&W filters, and honestly, I feel the quality of these are worth the price. Unlike other cheaper brands, these are made out of brass and are UV coated to repel glare and water, and they also hardly get stuck onto your lens. If and when they do get stuck, you'll see that I carry a thick rubber band with me. This will give you more grip and let you remove stacked filters at ease. But if you want to save a bit of money, you can always get a step-up ring. Step-up rings let you attach larger lens filters that otherwise would have not fit on a smaller lens by simply adapting the threads. I really enjoy Peak Design products, so I use their quick release camera strap and their everyday 20-liter backpack for casual vlogging and photography days. I also have a Joby Gorilla Pod that's useful for vlogging. Honestly though, don't even use this. This is the only way you should be vlogging. Bruh. Now, when I'm on a full video shoot day, I'll bring my entire setup. To fit everything I need, I use this Manfrotto Pro Light backpack. This backpack is super sturdy and built like a tank. So on professional video days, I'll whip out my trusty Canon 1DX Mark II. Now this workhorse of a camera has taken a beating over the years. I've taken it off-roading, snowboarding, it's been rained on, shit has been thrown at it, it's been straight up punched while filming fight scenes. And I actually accidentally dropped this camera before in my room and it dented the wood flooring. The 1DX has never failed me and does literally everything I need it to do. And that includes shooting 4K up to 60 frames per second and 1080p in 120 frames per second. And for photos, doing a burst rate of 14 frames per second. The battery life is really good, however, they're a bit on the larger side and they're also quite expensive. This camera requires CF or CFast cards to be able to process all that data at high speeds. These cards tend to fill up rather quickly due to the massive codec size of the 1DX. These are also very expensive. I also like to keep a lens cleaning kit at all times because you never know when you'll need it. The gimbals I use are the DJI Ronin M and Ronin S. The Ronin M will take care of most of my car related content. With the way it's set up with the DJI circle grip attachment, it does the job perfectly. The circle grip allows multiple grips and the top handle that I added from SmallRig also helps when capturing low angles. The circle grip comes in clutch when you add feet stands, so you don't have to carry around the original stand that comes with the Ronin. Now you can just put the gimbal on the ground whenever you need to. The monitor I use is the Blackmagic Video Assist. It has a 5-inch touchscreen 1080 display and I just use it as a field monitor for better viewing when filming on a gimbal. It also helps that it shares the same batteries as my EOS R, so I don't have to buy even more batteries. The Ronin S is a lot smaller and I use that for sports events, wedding gigs, action sets, or if I just need to be more mobile and not carry a huge setup. As for audio, I recently just got a wireless setup from Rode. This wireless setup is super simple and makes recording audio super easy. The receiver goes onto the camera end, and the transmitter is clipped onto your source of audio. Now, you can pretty much use this as a lav mic. If I'm recording specific audio, like an exhaust, I'll plug my Rode lav mic into the transmitter. Then the receiver end gets plugged into my Tascam DR07. Using an external recorder allows you to monitor and adjust audio levels, making sure the volume doesn't peak, say for example when recording a really loud exhaust. Alright, I think I covered pretty much all of it. I probably left something out, but if I did, it might have not been important. I'll have a complete list down in the description of this video as well if you want to check out the gear. Sorry I've been lagging on uploading episode 2 of my tutorial series, but I really want to make sure each episode is really helpful to you guys, so I'm still waiting to finish shooting a couple things for episode 2 and episode 3. If you guys like these videos, please consider subscribing, and my store will be up for relaunch in August. I'll have a bunch of t-shirts, face masks, and a lot of other cool stuff, so if you want to support, that would be awesome because it helps me create more videos like these. Hope you enjoyed this week's video, and I'll see you guys next week.